Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I got something to talk about. There is issues with people's phones that are having problems in Legends, so we're going to talk about it. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, notification bell for every upload that I upload to the channel, and hit that subscribe button as well. So let's go ahead and talk about it. I'm gonna go to the news section. There's just one problem that guys want to talk about. This is the whole point of me making this video. It says regarding app performance on certain devices, Android only. So people are having issues. So here's the issue with the update. It says this is occurring on devices use a certain Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. That says it all right there, that Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, the most powerful phones in the world right now, are having issues with Legends. And this is a very big problem of why Legends is in a bad state for those most powerful phones. Here's one thing. They are working on the version update for the improved graphics and performance. So this is what they're going to be doing for the future app upgrades for the app itself to increase the performance and increase the graphic level a little bit more to another stage. That way it'll make the game look a little bit better. But here are the supported requirements for the phone in order to run the game to the fullest aspect. You need OpenGL ES 3.2. Now I know what this is. This is the developer options on your Android device. Now it's saying supported because they want you to use OpenGL, and OpenGL in your developer options on your Android device. OpenGL, what it does is it boosts your performance on apps that run a lot of data or specifically run a lot of graphic level. So like games, for instance. So what it does is that it boosts your GPU, and it boosts your performance on your phone to run at another stage faster. So that way your phone won't be so slow running a game that is not up to par. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to say is you want to use OpenGL 3.2 and then OpenGL 3.1 if your device is any different. And then OpenGL ES, which is the very first stage of OpenGL. So Qualcomm GPU, Adreno 4x Snapdragon 415. That is a different model phone that has a Snapdragon. Now, my phone, which is my old phone, is the Moto G Power. Now, my phone has the Snapdragon 636, which is the GPU is a 610 Adreno GPU. So that's my phone that I currently use to run other games on there. But my main phone right now is my A15. The A15 Galaxy A15 is my phone that I'm currently using right now. Mine has a different Mine has MediaTek 6100 plus for my GPU. So that's mine. Mine is I have no issues on Legends whatsoever. I don't have no issues on performance. I have no other issues in gameplay. I have no other issues in the game. The only issue I have is sometimes the updates are not fully updated properly. Sometimes there can be a little fixed glitch error or something like that, which I get rarely in Legends, but I do get it sometimes. But ARM GPU, uh Melee T624 2012. So that's the probably original phone. And NVIDIA GPU Tegra K1 2014. So that's another old modeled phone. And a Power VR GPU GX 6250 2014. So these are the old devices from 2014, but at the same time, these are the ones that they want you to use, but you still need a more powerful phone in order to run certain specific games. Because like I said, if you're using a very very old phone from 2000 and let's say 2010 or even later than that, it's not going to run Legends because that GPU that was built onto that old device isn't powerful enough to run Legends. So you need a more powerful, more yearly device in order to run Legends. So that's why I'm like, Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 is the most powerful phone out there that can run games at higher speeds. So, the GPU basically. But it's saying that the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 has issues with Legends and is currently not working. So they're resolving the issue. But this is what they've been doing currently at this time right now, is that this is what they're doing right now. So this is kind of weird for some people to have issues with their devices. But here's one thing I want to say though, is that people who do people who do not know how to use their phone properly, and or sometimes maybe not, maybe that might not be the issue, but if your device is not running Legends properly, there might be something wrong with your developer options on that device because it's probably not set up right. So if let's say if you have a new phone, right? And you didn't unlock your developer options for your Android device, you need to do that because you need to increase the performance for the device so it won't be holding back, I would say. And that's what the OpenGL does. The OpenGL, it keeps the performance higher and won't hold back. It keeps the performance from crashing a lot on certain specific games. It just keeps the performance stable. That's what the OpenGL is for, to stabilize the gameplay of your device if your phone is not so powerful enough. You need the OpenGL. Even if your phone is powerful enough to run these games, you still need to use the OpenGL. So if you're an Android user, you need to be using OpenGL. Go to your developer's option and turn on OpenGL because this will help boost your performance on your GPU. It will help you run the game at a higher rate. That way you won't crash so much. So because if you're trying to play any games without the OpenGL, it's gonna crash regardless. That's why the OpenGL that's what it's for. It's for higher performance. It keeps the Windows section open to the game, so that way if you have to, like if you have to log out the game and you just click the bottom button and you clear the app out from your background process, well, you won't have any issues. You can log back in at any time. That's what the OpenGL is for. It's to help stabilize the gameplay of what app you're running. It doesn't have to be a game. It can be a social media app. It can be Twitter. It can be Instagram. It can be Facebook. The OpenGL runs everything at higher rate just to make sure it doesn't crash. And if it does crash, it's rare. It's a rare crash because they usually don't do that. But if your device is not running properly as with Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, I know what that processor is. It's one of the most powerful processors to be ever built on touch phones on Android. And but it's having issues with Legends. That's quite weird. That is the most weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen Snapdragon had an issue with Legends. And usually most powerful phones usually don't crash on these specific games because these are low graphical games. Like, yeah, it might be 3D and it has HD resolution, but that's still quite low for Legends. It's still quite low. It's not extremely high. So games that are extremely high in data and graphic level, and you gotta download 30 gigs and stuff like that for one game on mobile, well, that means that game has higher graphics, higher than HDR or something like that, like maybe 4K, stuff like that. So if a game is like running so much data to the point where it causes your phone to crash on certain specific reasons, this is why you need to fix your phone before you even start running games on your device. You need to, as players, you need to take care of your phone. It doesn't matter what phone you're using. You need to take care of your phone, keep it healthy. Do not let your phone overheat, because if you let your phone overheat, you're going to burn out your processor to frying it. And what that causes is that once you try to run a game on your phone, you won't be able to run it properly because you fried your processor. So that's why I'm like, Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 is having issues with the game, maybe because people who are running the game on Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 are running the game too much to the point where they're actually causing some sort of crash onto the game and probably not taking care of their phone properly. And they're probably starting to burn out their processor. So it's like, this is not good. So this is one of the issues. So remember, you always equip OpenGL on. Always keep those OpenGLs on your device to play games at higher rate. So that way, like your FPS will be increased faster, your performance will increase faster. That's what it does for the OpenGL. That's what it's for. Enhancing your performance. It's also said you need a Snapdragon 415 2015. So that's an older model, but still Snapdragon. So for some devices, not all devices, but some of them, depending on what your device is. So if you have a Galaxy phone, if you're having issues with the game, you need to log off the game and open up the OpenGL on your developer option and turn it on. And then you need to clear your cache out before you go. When you go on the game, you need to clear out your cache on Legends. That way it'll reboot the game and reset its data, and that should fix the problem. But if you're having more issues, if that doesn't work, if you're still having issues, then it's probably an update issue or something like that. That's probably what's happening. It happens. But what do you guys think of this problem here and stuff like that? I think that this is a good thing to talk about on the Snapdragon because they're having issues with the game right now for that particular phone. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, or S24 or later model that has a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, or any other phone out there, any Android device that has Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, you're going to have issues with Legends until they fix the problem. So, yeah. So, just remember, if you are running a game on your phone and you do not have the OpenGL on running, you need to turn it on. So, but unless you're using an iOS device like an iPhone or something, then well, that's different. I can't help you there because I only understand Android devices. I don't fully understand iPhones 100% because I never really had an iPhone. So for me, I only understand Android devices because I've been having Android devices for years. So, yeah. See you guys in the next video. Peace out.